Now we're going to make gluten-free pie crust. If it ends up looking like Play-Doh, you're doing the right thing. We need some rice flour, tapioca starch, guar gum, butter, egg, and a bit of vanilla. There's the vanilla. Okay, let's go ahead and do it. In order to make the pie crust, we're going to use a food processor. If you don't have one, you can always use one of those pastry cutters or 2 knives to get the butter into the ingredients. We have the rice flour, 1 cup of rice flour, half a cup of tapioca starch, 1 teaspoon of guar gum. If you don't know where to get guar gum, look on the site and under ingredients on the left hand side it'll tell you where you can get guar gum. We'll give it a quick mix in order to combine the dry ingredients. And then we put in the butter. And then you run it until it looks like it has the consistency of cornmeal, so that the butter is cut up nicely into it. That's nice and fast. And then we just need an egg to help hold it together. Since we're using gluten-free flours, it doesn't have the same consistency as wheat, and it doesn't hold together in the same way, which is why we put in a bit of guar gum and use an egg. And some vanilla, half a teaspoon or a teaspoon, whatever you like. In this case, I don't have any sweetener that I'm putting in because I'm going to use this pie crust to make maple pecan pie, which is already very sweet. But if you need a little bit of extra sweetener, just put a tablespoon or 2 of raw sugar into your dry ingredients. We have an egg, some vanilla, and let's start with a tablespoon of water. Mix it up with a fork. And then we pour it into the food processor as it is running. So let's see what this looks like. We want the dough to gather up into a ball off the side. See, so far not happening. So we're going to add a bit more moisture. Let's go with a tablespoon of water. And don't panic if it goes the opposite way and is too wet. You can always add another tablespoon of flour. And now it's starting to gather up. I'm going to have a feel of it. Feels pretty good. And now we take the dough out and knead it just for a moment. And this dough is not like a regular wheat flour pie crust. You don't roll it out. This is one that we're going to press in. See, it has a nice texture of Play-Doh. Good. My kids love this. Sometimes what we do is we take this dough and make balls with a fingerprint in it, fill it with all fruit jam, and then we bake it. It's really wonderful. It's a fun thing to do with the kids. They don't get hurt. There are no knives involved. And this is my favorite kind of pie plate to use. It's actually a flan pan. As you can see, the base comes out of it. So that when your pie or cake, when your pie is done, you just push up on the bottom and your pie comes out and has a beautiful fluted edge. when you're getting your pie crust ready, you just press it into your pan. I use either this kind of a pan or one of those springform pans. Regular pie crust, it tends to fall apart when you take it out because of it being gluten-free. Now that the bottom is done, make little snakes of dough. Again, a fun job for the kids. And place it on the side and press it so that it makes the dough come up to the top of the side of your pan. And here we are. It's ready to put your other ingredients in and to bake it. If you have extra leftover dough, again, you could do what I said and make some cookies. Or I wrap mine in plastic wrap and I freeze it for the next time in case I want something. There you go. There's your pie crust.